So I want to talk about Breanna Stewart. She scored 24 points in the New York Liberty's rout of the Golden State Valkyries. Right? It looks like a 28-point victory here for the Liberty over the Valkyries of the WNBA. And since this game, they played again. Here's this game. This is from Tuesday, May 27th. You see with this blowout. And it appears they have played again, and this was yesterday. And the Liberty also win that game a little bit closer, a 5-point victory. Look at the Liberty 5-0. So they're off to a nice start. As you see, the Valkyries are 2-3. But we're going to go back to this game on Tuesday. And this big victory here. It looks like for the Valkyries, Veronica Burton and Kayla Thornton each get 13 points in that game. But Breanna Stewart's the focus here with her 24 points. And again, this is from Tuesday's game. Jonquel Jones with 13. Maureen Johannes with 18 points. Right? So you see Tuesday, May 27th right here. The defending WNBA champion as well, New York Liberty. Kayla Thornton, as I mentioned, and Veronica Burton each score 13 points apiece to lead Golden State. And Temi Fagbenel added 11. Thornton spent the last 2 seasons with the Liberty. Maureen Johannes again scored 18 points for the Liberty. Natasha Cloud had 10 of New York season high 30 assists. Breanna Stewart scored the Liberty's first 9 points and hit one of New York's 4 3-pointers before the 3-time WNBA champion and 2-time league MVP made a pull-up jumper with 2:59 left in the first quarter that gave the Liberty a 22-3 lead. But it's not necessarily what happened in the game, unless it factors into this breakdown and this decode. Look at this right here. I noticed right away that Breanna Stewart's birthday, look, it's very close to Kobe Bryant, okay? Notice she's got the August 27th birthday, 4 days after Kobe Bryant. And we all know after his 20-year playing career ended, Bryant turned his focus to the next generation, mentoring some of women's basketball's biggest stars, from WNBA champion and Olympic gold medalist Diana Taurasi to former Oregon star Sabrina Ionescu. And Breanna Stewart, she gets the 24 points, right? Tuesday. Look at her next birthday, 24 date numerology, right? Kobe Bryant also had number 24 on his jersey in his career. He started off with 8, but he went 8 and 24, right? And you see the 24 right there. He ended his career with the 24 on the jersey. And as I stated, he, for most of his career, had that 24, right? From what I remember anyways, maybe I'm wrong. But you see the 24 there. And, Breanna Bryant. You see that? Don't forget, this all starts with the language, right? That's my belief, that this stuff all starts with the language, and the letters have numerical values, right? But the language and the names are right in front of us. So you get that 24 connection, but Breanna Bryant, you see that? And it is interesting Breanna sounds like Gianna, Kobe Bryant's daughter. R.I.P. to both of the characters. As far as the storyline goes, they're no longer with us, right? R.I.P. to them. But Breanna, Gianna, you see that? And Gianna also played basketball and may have went on to be great if she was still with us on the stage. But they gave us the helicopter crash story, right? But Gianna, okay? So it just depends at this point how deep you want to go down the rabbit hole, because obviously these characters are connected. And Gianna's birthday was this month. You see, the game was May 27th. Her birthday, Gianna, May 21st. So the game, and this is on the fly right here, the game is 26 days after Gianna's birthday. And Bryant equals 26, okay? In the language. And they died on the 26th day of the year. Can you believe it? You see, Bryant equals 26. Look at that right there. And you see the death date, the 26th day of the year back in 2020, okay? So that's on the fly. So I don't think it's a coincidence that this game was 26 days later after Gianna's birthday. And here's Gianna's page. There may be something. And look, she was even born in 2006, like 26. You see that right there? You see that right there? And then RIP on the 26th. This game 26 days after her birthday. Breanna, Gianna, Bryant, Breanna, Bryant. There's probably a Breanna Bryant character out there too. And look at the total score of this game. This Tuesday game with this rout over the Golden State Valkyries. And there's a lot of Golden State, even with the Warriors in the NBA and the Valkyries of the WNBA. When you run all the numbers, there's a lot of connections with Kobe Bryant as well. I think, off the top of my head, I think Golden State and Valkyries both equals 122. And remember, on 122, January 22, against the Raptors, that's when Kobe had his 81-point game. Okay, and I think there's more connections there as well. I think there's some 41 connections by the numbers also. We know Kobe died at 41, and his name equals 41. LA equals 41. He played for the Lakers. But maybe we'll look at that when we go to the calculator again. But look at this. You add up the total score, 162, 95 to 67. In this rout for the Liberty over the Valkyries, 162. And as I stated, Kobe Bryant and Gianna dead, 126. So you get 126, 162, the same numbers, okay? Oh, wow. Breanna Stewart's upcoming birthday, August 27th, 4 days after Kobe. Her birthday leaves 126 days in the year. You see that with the 126 death date for Kobe and Gianna. Also, there's a 26 date numerology on that birthday. So it begins with the names, but very important as well is the birthdays and how close they are. Maybe they go hand in hand, right? But this happens over and over again where we get similar birthdays, very close, and then all of the connections follow. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at the full name for Breanna Stewart. Breanna Mackenzie Stewart. ABC123 cipher, and you see the breakdown of the cipher. Easy. 248 Breanna Mackenzie Stewart. That's actually Kobe Bryant Day. The 24th day of the 8th month, 248, the same numbers. That's Kobe Bryant Day because I mentioned he wore 24 and 8 in his jersey, on his jersey throughout his career. So one day after his birthday is 8/24. So that's Kobe Bryant Day. Isn't that amazing? 248, 248. And I mentioned it's just like, how deep do you want to go? Even Breanna Mackenzie Stewart, you get 95 in the reduction cipher, and the Liberty pick up this victory with 95 points. And remember, they had a follow-up victory, which was yesterday, Thursday. The what was it? The 29th yesterday, I think. But it was a 5-point victory against the same team, the Valkyries, and you see Breanna equals 55, like 5. And how many points did she score in that game? I forgot. Let's see. So here's the blowout right here. Here's the update. And look at how the Liberty scored 82 in this 5-point victory. So they got a 5-point victory and they're 5-0. You see that? And Breanna equals 55. But look, a 5-point victory. They score 82 points, and this is on the fly. I just found out they played again. But Bryant also equals 82. Look at that right there. Bryant equals 80, like that 8th month birthday, and Kobe Bryant Day in the 8th month, one day after his birthday, to go with that 8 he wore on his jersey also. And Bryant B kind of looks like an 8 as well, but Bryant equals 82. You see? And then the Liberty get that 82 points last night, as it looks like they are, with a 5-0 record first in the WNBA. Today, the Liberty play the Mystics in Washington. So how many points again did she have in this game? She had 27 in this game. And Ionescu scored 24. You see that? Ooh, and didn't it say Bryant was impactful with Sabrina Ionescu in women's basketball? It did. Look at this. That pushes this over the top on the fly. Look at that. And Diana Taurasi just retired. Look at this. Olympic gold medalist Diana Taurasi and former Oregon star Sabrina Ionescu. Look at that. He's mentored. Wow. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And that's on the fly. And I'm glad I caught that. And look, Ionescu scored 24 points this time. Remember 24 in the previous game for Breanna? Kobe with the 24 on the jersey. Kobe Bryant Day on the 24th of August. Look at that. Sabrina checks him with the 24 points. And look at how Breanna Stewart scored 27 in this game yesterday. Her birthday on the 27th. You see that? Wow, right? What do you think about that? So I'm very glad that I caught that on the fly. Nice breakdown. I think. Very nice. And she's got that 30 on the jersey there. Was there a 30 that maybe I missed? I'm not seeing a 30. That's okay though. The more you went deeper, you would probably catch something. And there's that Golden State with the victory over the Valkyries. You see 122 and 41. Kobe had the 81 point game on 1/22, January 22 against the Raptors. That might have been in 2006 also, like 26, the year Gianna was born. But look at Golden State's got the 41. Kobe Bryant equals 41. He died at 41. And I mentioned LA equals 41. Look, Valkyries also has the 122 and 41. Look at the 58 with Valkyries. Kobe Bryant equals 58 in the language. And her middle name, Mackenzie, Breanna Stewart. You look at 42. Lakers equals 42. Kobe with the Lakers. Breanna Stewart, look at in the reverse cipher, you get Michael Jordan's birthday, 217, February 17th. Everybody knows the connection with Kobe and Michael Jordan. Liberty's got 37. Bryant equals 37. New York Liberty, 76. Remember Kobe Bryant, born in Philadelphia, home of the 76ers? Right there. So that's a lot of connections there. Okay, even with this other team, the Golden State Valkyries. Let's look up Kobe's 81 point game. What day did Kobe score 81? You see that? The year Gianna was born, 2006. And there's that 122 like Golden State and like Valkyries with this victory over the Valkyries by Breanna and the New York Liberty. You see that? 2006. Remember, Bryant equals 26. Look at that right there. And basketball equals 22. That was on the 22nd. Okay, so undeniable connections, all right? RIP to Gianna. RIP to Kobe as well. You know, so these back-to-back games and back-to-back victories for the New York Liberty. And again, they play today against the Washington Mystics as well. Who do the Valkyries play next? Looks like the Valkyries will play Sunday against the Lynx, and that'll be in Golden State. Right? So there's always going to be more with these breakdowns, but you see the article, that's slim pickings there. The Valkyries on Tuesday shot just 2 of 15 from the field in their lowest scoring first quarter of the season, and went into the second trailing 27-10. Remember Breanna Stewart, born on the 27th of August. New York made 37 of 74 from the field, hit 14 three-pointers, and finished with 14 steals. The Liberty scored 32 points off of Golden State turnovers. So yeah, big blowout victory in this game Tuesday. New York Liberty over the Valkyries. And here's just a look at Breanna Stewart's page, nicknamed Stewie. Remember, I just did the Hannah Montana breakdown with Miley Cyrus and her new album. Hannah Montana was Miley Stewart in the show. Okay? So Miley Cyrus, Miley Stewart's the character, Hannah Montana. So you get Breanna Stewart here trending at the same time as Miley Cyrus has her new album, Something Beautiful, I think it's called. Now, and that album releases today as I'm speaking. Today is Friday. the 30th as I speak. So that's amazing. And I'm seeing some other connections within the article here that also connect with other stories on the world stage. So I'll leave it at that. That's a nice, simple breakdown, obviously connected to Kobe and Gianna Bryant. And that's Sabrina Ionescu connection. That was amazing, as that is a teammate to Breanna. And Kobe helped mentor her, as well as the other women's basketball stars. All right, Breanna Stewart scores 24 points in the Liberty's rout on Tuesday against the Valkyries, and there's a couple days later they get another victory as well over the Valkyries, a 5-point victory. Shout out to y'all. This is a decoding channel, like I said. That's what I do. Until next time.